Hey guys, Movie Junkie for Life here, and today we're talking Ant-Man and the Wasp, directed by Peyton Reed, who also directed the first Ant-Man film. This one picks up after the events of Civil War and before the events of Infinity War, where we see that Scott Lang, aka Ant-Man, has been under house arrest after the events of Civil War. But due to certain things that are happening with Hank and his daughter Hope, he's forced to don the costume once again and help them in the retrieval of her mom, who's lost in the quantum realm, and of course to fight their new adversary, Ghost, or the Ghost. Ant-Man and the Wasp. First of all, let me get into the stuff that I liked in this film. Visually, this movie, I enjoyed this a lot more than the first one. There's a lot more to work with here. The set pieces are very well done. The action is very well shot considering Ant-Man and the Wasp power set. Everything is on point. You could see that they learned a lot from the first one and they applied that here with the second one as well. So there's a lot of fun sequences. You see some of it in the trailer, you know, with the whole, I want to call it beginning aspect of the powers that they have. And yeah, it's applied in a lot of very fun ways. The score is also very upbeat, very peppy, and suits this type of hero really well. Because as heroes go, Ant-Man is a bit, at least to me, he's a bit on the silly side of the spectrum. Granted, his abilities are amazing to watch in action, as well as the Wasp. You know, the Wasp also has these kind of percussion fist type thing, like a stinger. Yeah, they have really dynamic powers that are really fun to see. And the way the score is used here, the way the action set pieces are shot, are the strongest aspects of this film. And again, we have Paul Rudd. We have basically nearly the entire cast of the first one returning. So we have Paul Rudd, Michael Douglas, Evangeline Lilly as the three main characters. And they are fantastic in their roles. It's almost like you could tell they're putting on a comfy set of pajamas that, you know, they've been wearing for forever. Paul Rudd is excellent as Scott Lang. His sense of humor fits in with his character so well. And I think Michael Douglas plays very well off of him as a kind of straight man. And I like Evangeline Lilly as the Wasp. I really do. And it was nice to see her really in action and getting to cut loose in this one. The story, it's a story that we saw coming. I mean, with him going into the quantum realm in the first one, you kind of get the feeling they would be revisiting that in this one. And of course, you know, I don't think I'm giving anything away here by saying that they went back in because they figured Janet Van Dyne, the original Wasp, played this time by Michelle Pfeiffer, would still somehow be alive. The way that quantum realm looks as well, I really, really liked it. It's very reminiscent of the Doctor Strange magical aspect in some ways, but it's still its own thing. And the Ghost here, I'm sorry, I cannot remember the actress's name offhand, but I love her in Killjoys. I know the actress from Killjoys. She was also, she had a bit part in Tomb Raider as well as Ready Player One. So I was really excited to hear that she would be in this movie. And the look of the Ghost, the way they translate what is in the comics. And by the way, the Ghost is a male character in the comics, and they changed it here. I have no issue with that. I'm not one of those people that fuss about things like that. And yeah, I was excited to see where they go with it. The way her powers are shown in this is really, really cool as well. I love that whole phasing in out thing, and you can see why that character would make a good adversary for somebody who has the power set of Ant-Man and the Wasp. All that said, guys, for me, I was one of those people that rewatched all the MCU films before Infinity War. I'm sure a lot of you guys did that. And in rewatching Ant-Man, I realized that as much as I enjoyed it the first time I saw it, it wasn't really that great of a film. Now, the MCU hasn't really put out bad films. If you start from Iron Man come forward, and by the way, I actually love the Edward Norton Incredible Hulk. I know it has its flaws, but I like it a lot. So they have okay movies, good movies, really good movies, and great movies. And I feel like the Ant-Man films are falling in the realm of good movies. It's almost like for me, they kind of equate where Thor was in the beginning of this whole thing. And this movie, while it has a lot of good stuff, I felt like they repeated too much from the first one. They tried so hard to copy exactly that lightning in a bottle effect, I guess, of the first one and what people enjoyed there. They put it here, but it was too much. A really good example of that for me was Michael Pena's character. I think his name is Luis. His character's sense of humor. That stuff in the first one, the way it was done in the first one, was something we hadn't seen before. In Marvel movies, it was really funny. It worked very well. For me here, not so much. His sense of humor felt forced in a lot of scenes to me. I only enjoyed it maybe 40% of the time. It's nothing against him, the actor. It just felt like it was lazy writing to me. It was just like, you know what? Everybody liked this in the first one, so let's have this in the second one. I'm not saying they couldn't have done it. I'm saying they needed to dial him back a bit. It's kind of like Roman for me in Fast and Furious. The less Roman humor I get in that, the better for me. It's a little bit too much. The characters played by T.I. and the other guy, the Russian guy, again, they even serve less of a purpose here than they served in that first film. Walter Goggins pops up in this movie. I adore this man, and it's such a waste of his talents, of what he can do, as well as the actress who plays Ghost. I felt like Ava, we got a backstory, we got why she was doing what she was doing, but unlike the awesome villains we've been getting of late, Vulture, Killmonger, Thanos, Bushmaster, she was just there. I was so disappointed because I know she actually plays a dual character in Killjoys, an evil version of herself and a good version of herself, and she's fantastic at it. I was hoping they would have given her something so much more fleshed out than what we got here. And the way it's built up, I'm going to get slightly spoilery here, is you can tell that what they're doing with her is to take that character into the almost anti-hero spectrum in the next set of films. I don't have an issue with that. But this is where the Spider-Man films had failed prior to Homecoming. You're so focused on what's coming next that you failed to deliver now. That's what happened with Ghost. While she looked good, she had a compelling backstory. There was no meat there. There was no cake, just icing, just frosting. And I was so disappointed by that. So all the other side characters, with the exception of the three main characters in this film, have zero to do really. They show up, they kind of are like placeholders almost, and then they disappear. It made the film for me feel lacking. This movie could have been so much more. They could have taken Ant-Man and the Wasp to a whole other level from its previous film, and I don't feel like they did that. I felt like they sat back and they were like, you know what, Ant-Man is this funny character, this film did, the Ant-Man film did well like this, so let's just keep it like this. I don't want that. I want directors that think like Taika Waititi, that takes the character and grows the character and evolves the character into a place where they are now like, Thor has gone from being that character that not many people knew how to fit this godlike character into the Marvel Universe, into a top tier character that people were screaming and hooting for in the cinema when he appeared in Infinity War. That's what you need to do with these characters. You cannot keep them stagnant, or else what's the point? So all that said, guys, Ant-Man and the Wasp is a fun Marvel film. It's a good Marvel film. But I just felt like I was going in there hoping for really good. I wasn't expecting it to be excellent, honestly. I wasn't expecting it to be Winter Soldier. But I was hoping it would have been one step above what it was prior to this. So I'm giving Ant-Man and the Wasp a 6 out of 10. Do I recommend seeing it? Absolutely. We're Marvel fans. We have to see all these movies. That's what we do. So I think as time goes by, this is one of those Marvel movies that's not even going to fall in anybody's top 10 list, far less a top 5. And that's going to be it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to hit that like button. It's very much appreciated. You can subscribe to my channel by clicking on my face over there. I also do short videos, 30-second videos using the Stardust app if you want to check me out. Same name, Movie Junkie, capital M, capital G. And until next time, guys, bye bye.